Hi, we're the two Uppies, and you're watching us on Run Forest Run TV. My name's Mark Upton.
I'm Brian Upton.
I'm Uppy Junior.
Uppy Senior.
And we're the two Uppies.
And we're the two Uppies.
We're competing in the BraveHearts 777, which consists of 7 marathons in 7 days across 7 states, all for one amazing charity, BraveHearts, raising awareness and also funds for a charity that help kids that get abused sexually across Australia.
The awareness of protecting our children from sexual abuse is important, and when people and communities and systems all come together for the protection of kids against sexual abuse, it will be amazing. And that's our aim, to spread that awareness. The statistics of child sexual abuse are horrendous, and 1 in 5 boys are abused, 1 in 3 girls are abused. And out of all the children that are abused, 51% of those are under the age of 8. It's important that we spread that awareness out there so when people and communities and systems all come together for the protection of children, it is important.
It's really important that obviously the athletes that are competing in 777, they have a bit of a connection, and certainly with myself, 3 kids, sisters of kids, that we are able to help spread that awareness and help spread the awareness and the funds to help these kids live a better life in the future.
Being Uppy Senior, I'm obviously 72 years of age, and back in the days when I was young, 8, 9, 10 years of age, no one said anything. It was all kept quiet. Now we're finding that children and people are actually getting a voice and are able to, they know that it's wrong with sexual abuse. As I said, back in my day, we heard the words, "This will be our little secret, nothing will be said." Now children are speaking up, and we want more children to speak up, and we want more people to be aware of the horrendous problem we have with sexual abuse of children. Sporting background was, I had about 15 years of barefoot water skiing, and then found this crazy event, the Coolangatta Gold in 1984, which was up here on the Gold Coast. From there, took up triathlons and started to do triathlons around Australia and then around the world from 84 onwards, competing in Hawaii in 84, 85, 85, 86, 87 Hawaii. And then as the years went on, kept on competing in triathlons, and back in I think 2015, Mark and I started to do triathlons together.
Obviously, when I grew up, being dragged around early mornings watching Dad compete in triathlons got me involved later in my years. Sort of stopped doing triathlons as a teenager, but then came back late 2016 and competed in my first ever Ironman in Port Macquarie with Dad. It's actually only our 3rd triathlon we raced together, but our first Ironman together. So far I've done 4 Ironman races and a few marathons before taking up the 777 challenge. Last year being our first year in competing in the BraveHearts 777 event, it was fantastic. We basically, on the first day, we landed in Perth, and from Perth we go through to Adelaide, and on the 3rd day off to Melbourne, and then we move on to Tasmania. up to Tasmania. We then go towards Sydney, and on our 6-day Canberra, and we all finish up on the Gold Coast at the Gold Coast Marathon for our 7th marathon in 7 days.
Starting off the 777 in Perth, obviously day one's always good because you got plenty of energy, and day two, by the time you get to day 3 and day 4, your body starts to realise what you've been doing for the last 3 or 4 days. What was an absolute lifesaver for myself, and I know Mark enjoyed, was having Mark's children, my grandchildren, Harrison, Gracie and William there, and they actually took part in part of the event with us and did either 1 lap or 2 laps, and that was certainly inspirational for us, and kept this old man going along the way, those 6 laps of the 7 kilometres each time. And then we obviously arrived on the Gold Coast and saw more of the family, and being day 7, and the whole group of people were very motivated to get day 7 done, all understanding why we started back 7 days earlier.
You could be the greatest, you could be the best. You could be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself in the Hall of Fame. And the world's gonna know your name. You could be the greatest, you could be the best. You could be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself in the Hall of Fame. You could be the greatest, you could be the best. You could be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself in the Hall of Fame. And the world's gonna know your name. Cause you burn with the brightest flame. And the world's gonna know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. Champion, be a champion.
Well, the Normatec compression pads, and they just work into like a light massage onto your legs, and from basically toe up to the hips. And a good hour in them, and you certainly allow your legs to recover from a long run or from a couple of days of solid gym work. Certainly 3, 4, 5 days a week, if you can, every day. But yeah, certainly the Normatec legs are excellent.
Yeah, they're perfect for me. I've got a pair at home, and for me, time restraint. And so when I'm sitting down doing a bit of work at home or with the kids, watching TV, these are perfect. And you sit in 30 to 60 minutes at night time, work well, and also easy to travel with. So when I'm doing all the triathlons that I do, it makes it a lot easier to pack it in the truck and sit in these pre and post race. Yeah, during the 777, these are perfect. Last year we basically used them at the airports. You'd have 18 athletes sitting in Normatec boots in between waiting for your flight to go, and then at night time when you landed and you're in the hotel room ready to go to bed, it was perfect. So really mobile and perfect to use during 7 days of travelling and running a marathon.
Yeah, it's important that with 7 days of doing 7 marathons in 7 different states, most important, make sure that you're planning your night before, putting out all your gear, putting out your nutrition ready for the next morning. The good thing with Mark and I, we are able to use the Wind Republic clothing and use our tri-tops, so they're easily dry, easily washed and easily dried, and put them on the next day. And even though we still had a second pair, but great to travel in, great to run in, and also with the straight after the run, you get back to your hotel and you're packing your bags, getting ready to get on the bus to go to the plane. So you want to make sure that whatever you're going to wear the next day is easy accessible. Key we learnt last year from experience from other runners was to make sure we actually carried luggage on board luggage rather than the suitcase, the gear for the next day, so that if your bag went missing, you weren't concerned about your runners and your running tops or anything you're having to use for the next marathon. One of the amazing things we found last year with this 777 was that BraveHearts themselves, not only are they a great charity organisation, but they are so fantastic in their organisation, bringing in Aura, an outsourced event organiser, and everything is organised for us. When we get to the airport, it's all planned, the tickets are ready for us. When we get to the hotels, literally you're in the reception area for about 5 minutes and you're able to go upstairs to your room. Our meals or whatever we want for our breakfast the next day is given to us ready, so we can take up with us. And the nights, the dinners are all organised by BraveHearts, and super organised, super great opportunity for everyone, the whole 28, 30 runners to get together and just reminisce about that particular day or look forward to the next day. And the main thing again, the recovery, and when we can, we get to bed and try and get a good night's sleep, because quite often if there's a flight delay, we might end up being in bed for about 5 hours. So the recovery and nutrition is super important. We were able to bring on prepped nutrition last year with taking the drink the night before, and obviously straight after the event the next day as well.
So a typical morning on 777, you wake up and you've got your breakfast ready, packed. So I wouldn't change your diet for the 777, eat what you would normally eat before a race. Probably the biggest challenge last year I found was getting Uppy Senior ready to go. Once that was done, we'd have our bag already packed from the night before and have our breakfast and then head down to reception to meet the team. Typically we would walk across to the start line of the marathon together as a group, and you're good to go. During the race, all the nutrition that you've got on yourself, obviously, and the team at Aurora Events and BraveHearts have a nutrition table ready for you every lap, which is perfect.
And the great thing with the BraveHearts and Aurora coming in, they have their recovery tent organised. So there's physio cream are there with the masseuses, but they also have good hot food, soups, hot chocolate, some pasta, whatever's organised by them, but it's good recovery food. And you sort of just get into that and make sure you get your 10-15 minutes of a massage through the physio cream people as well, because they're on board with all the 7 events.
One of the keys when running the 777 is support. Although you've got the support of other runners and BraveHearts during the 7 marathons, we were lucky enough last year, me being based in Sydney, I had my kids and my wife come down for the Sydney Marathon, and they joined a couple of laps. Even the new puppy joined a couple of laps as well. There's 7K laps. And then moved on to Canberra, and so the kids and the wife and the dog went down to Canberra as well and got to join us and run with myself and Dad, which was fantastic.
Yeah, because it's BraveHearts and it's about the protection of children against sexual abuse, it was just an added special to have 3 of the grandchildren there with Harrison, William and Gracie and Mark's wife Michelle, especially on day 5 and day 6 when you're really starting to feel not so much the pressure, but just feeling the tiredness and wondering, keep on coming back to why are we doing this? Well, having the grandkids there just made you clearly understand why you're doing it, because it's protecting them and all the other children around the world. So it was extra special, and certainly I think they enjoyed it, just running with Poppy, as they call me, and certainly running with their dad as well.
Hi, we're here today with Kylie from BraveHearts, and Kylie's going to talk about BraveHearts, the charity themselves and what they do. So Mark and myself, Uppy Junior, Uppy Senior, are taking part again in the BraveHearts 777, which is 7 marathons in 7 days in 7 states, and raise as much funds as we can. We raised over 50,000 last year, and hopefully we'll raise more this year. Part of the reason why we want to do that is that we want to see a world where people and communities and systems all work together for the prevention of children against sexual abuse. Hand over to Kylie.
Hello, I'm Kylie Hewitt, BraveHearts National Partnerships Manager. I would like to thank you for being involved and wanting to learn a little bit more about BraveHearts and the work that Brian and Mark are doing through the 777 Marathon Challenge. 7 marathons, 7 days across 7 states. So we kick off in Perth and finish on the Gold Coast. We are raising funds and awareness for BraveHearts. The 777 Marathon Challenge pulls a lot of attention and PR across our tour. Brian and Mark do an incredible job in being ambassadors for BraveHearts and for child protection across Australia. BraveHearts are solely dedicated to the prevention and treatment of child sexual abuse. Sadly, 1 in 4 Australian children will be affected by child sexual abuse. That's 1 in 3 girls and 1 in 5 boys. The onset of child sexual abuse is usually between the ages of 0 to 8, and in up to 90% of the cases, the abuser is known by the family. The 777 Marathon is a huge fundraiser for BraveHearts. It raises funds and awareness for the vital work that we do in education and in counselling those who are affected by child sexual abuse. I can't thank Brian and Mark Upton enough for getting involved again this year, raising funds for BraveHearts and raising awareness for the work that we do. Thank you for getting involved and wanting to support Brian and Mark Upton and BraveHearts and child protection across Australia. If you'd like to find out more about the BraveHearts 777 Marathon, jump onto our website, bravehearts.org.au, or
You can go to Uppy's Try on Instagram, and you'll see the direct link which allows you to donate to our link directly to BraveHearts.
thank you.
One of the big things being part of BraveHearts 777 event is being able to bring along some really important supporters, and we've been lucky enough to have some great supporters of us over the years. This year we've got Physio Cream as one of our major supporters, Pillar Performance. South Break Media has also jumped on board, which is a fantastic media company down in Wollongong.
Yeah, to raise our funds for the BraveHearts cause, we've got some incredible sponsors on board, as Mark mentioned, with Physio Cream, etc. Of course, P3 Recovery, and Eco Mist, Koloshi, Intro Finance, and major sponsor Win Republic, and Athlete's Foot, and also with Delta Sports this year and EMF, great sponsors.
Great to be here today with Lewis and the team at Physio Cream. They've been fantastic supporters of us to Uppy's Try for a couple of years now, and this year again for our 777 BraveHearts marathon journey.
Of course, yeah, look, we're definitely going to get behind these guys. Physio Cream Australia have been sponsoring both Mark and Brian for many years now, and they're jumping into the BraveHearts 777 marathon once again. And look, we don't know how you guys do it, so we're happy to sponsor you, keep you moving, and we'll see you at the finish line at the Gold Coast Marathon this year.
Day 7.
BraveHearts is an organisation that spreads the awareness for the protection of children against sexual abuse, and Mark and I are participating in one of their events, which is their largest fundraising event. And thank you to Koloshi Michael and Koloshi Group that donated to our cause. We're doing 7 marathons in 7 days in 7 states.
Yeah, look, it's obviously a pretty big feat, and obviously for a fantastic cause, but to commit to 7 marathons across 7 days is an outstanding effort, and obviously for a cause that is very dear to a lot of people, and obviously the strength of our community is measured by how well we look after the vulnerable and giving people like that a voice and supporting them on their journey and in need. So when you look at child abuse, it's something that needs to be stamped out in our community with a zero tolerance, and it's nice to see that the boys here are getting behind that, and we're happy with our community fund to support it as well. So good luck and thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every breath I take, I'm grateful you are near. So grateful. Thank you for the laughter, thank you for the tears, thank you for the moments that we hold dear. Thank you for the love, thank you for the light. I'm grateful every day, you make my world so bright. The world can be a crazy place with valleys and with peaks, but you bring joy into my life, turn frowns into cheeks. Through all the ups and downs, you've been my saving grace. With every step we take, our love will fly.